Educators are continuously seeking ways to help students learn. They are taught strategies, methods, and content in teacher preparation programs. Then, when they are in the field, continuing education keeps them updated on the latest research-based practices that show promise. One promising idea that has been widely researched since the 1980s is that of the growth mindset. This idea has its proponents as well as its critics. The research has shown successes as well as failures. Let's take a look at it. A researcher known for bringing the growth mindset to us is Carol Dweck. Dweck has been involved in research since the 1970s and has been associated with numerous universities, including her current role at Stanford. Dweck describes how she began her journey researching growth mindset when she was working with a group of young children. She describes how she gave them a task that was considered to be quite difficult for them. Dweck was fascinated with the varied responses and subsequent approaches to the task. Some of the students were frustrated with the task. Others found it to be a challenge, thought it would be fun to try, and were excited to be challenged. Dweck was intrigued to find out if that mindset could make a difference in their performance. The idea of growth mindset was born. Dr. Dweck's book, Mindset: The New Psychology of Success, published in 2006, describes and defines this theory. According to Dr. Dweck, people with a growth mindset believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. You start with what you have in intelligence and talent, and you build from there. Mistakes are opportunities to learn. In contrast, those with a fixed mindset believe that we are born with those qualities. Intelligence and talent are fixed. They believe that these talents cannot be meaningfully changed or developed. What does a growth mindset look like? It starts with effort and attitude. Then believe in yourself, have self-efficacy. Use determination to achieve your goals. Accept challenges as a way to learn and grow. Learn from mistakes in a positive way, and accept criticism and use it. The growth mindset theory is very apparent in the world of sports and athletics. Dr. Dweck addressed this in research of athletics. Her point was that the great ones had talent, but they also had a growth mindset. Michael Jordan was cut from his 9th grade high school basketball team, and he turned out to be arguably one of the best basketball players of all time. Tom Brady was a 199th pick for the NFL draft and now has 10 appearances and 7 wins in Super Bowls. Truly one of the greatest. Wilma Rudolph had polio and wore leg braces as a child and went on to win 3 gold medals in 1 Olympic Games. And Dara Torres persevered to make the Olympic team at the age of 41, competing with athletes, some of them half her age. In addition to Dweck's research, Melissa Chase of Miami University examined literature on whether leadership is innate or learned. She concluded that leaders in sport need a growth mindset so they can transform themselves and believe in their ability to influence the transformation of others to achieve the collective goal. A 2010 study for the African Journal of Physical Health, Education, Recreation, and Dance found that sports participants responded positively to failure if they were more process-oriented and not just winning-oriented, a characteristic of growth mindset. That even if they had not won, they had still succeeded. The study emphasized how growth mindset can help mitigate difficult situations. There is an abundance of research that supports the positive effects of growth mindset theory. A 2019 study by David Yeager and colleagues utilized a short, online growth mindset intervention with a nationally representative sample of students. The intervention ended up being associated with improved grades, especially for the lower achieving students. It also showed an increase in enrollment to higher and advanced level math classes for those students. Thurrow, Panescu, and Dweck conducted a study in 2016 in a nationwide sample of students in Chile. They were examining the effects of family income as a predictor of achievement. What they found was that students from lower income families were less likely to have a growth mindset, but those who did were buffered against the effects that poverty had on achievement. In a TED Talk, Dr. Dweck cites 3 case studies as evidence of the possibilities of teaching and encouraging growth mindsets. Kindergarten students in Harlem, 4th grade students from South Bronx, and a group of Native American students, all low income, were performing at the bottom of their district. But after a growth mindset intervention, they turned it around to be top achievers in their district, all within a year. Dweck and a group of colleagues also manipulated a game. They changed the incentive structure to promote growth mindset characteristics. This resulted in an increase in persistence as evidenced by the longer playing time and completing more levels. This would support the importance of growth mindset as a motivational factor. While there's plenty of evidence to show the possible outcomes of having a growth mindset, there are critics as well. Bonik and Branca in 2017 found it difficult to replicate studies that had shown growth mindset as a predictor of future success. Associations between the two were minimal in their studies. Lee and Bates in 2019 and again in 2020 found similar issues with supporting the theory. Their studies showed little to no association between a growth mindset and student achievement. Recognizing the shortcomings of some of their studies, Yeager and Dweck published a response to some of the questions that had arisen from other studies. In true growth mindset form, the authors recognized these shortcomings, learned from their mistakes to suggest what direction future research might take. This included standardizing measures and interventions, as well as studies designed to identify where growth mindset does not work and why. Research continues on growth mindset theory, identifying where and how to use growth mindset interventions to achieve their best effectiveness demonstrates the idea of the growth mindset continuum. We are all at different points along the continuum, and many of us are at different points on the continuum depending upon what area of education we're discussing. One may be at I can do it for math, but I'll try to do it for reading comprehension. The goal would be to teach all students how to get past the I can't and I won't stages.